My father came to your beautiful country when I was a child. He had heard about the mythical vibranium. But the Black Panther said they had no vibranium to give. He slit my father's throat. That panther is dead. So you will have to do. You and your people.
You finally agreed to accept help, and it is from outsiders. That is not like you.
I am not accepting help. I am giving it.
Then let me send teams to the corrupted sites. Take the Dora Milaje with you. Do something other than driving yourself headfirst into danger.
I am not just a king on a throne. I am the Black Panther.
Then show us you can be both.
I will.
Finish the job, boys!
They are attacking the shield around Venezuela.
Care to join us, beloved?
You should embrace your spiritual side.
Got a couple toys just for you, Panther.
Here they come!
With me!
Shoot it! We need to evacuate the borderland.
Your country crumbling at my feet!
The whole place is coming down!
Avengers! With me!
10 centuries is a long time to remain unconquered. We were bound to face a real challenge. I did not expect Ulysses' claw to be that challenge. Nor did I expect that the Avengers would be on their way here. Will they help us or hinder us? T'Challa is still a new king, but he is everything a Black Panther should be. Like his father before him. King T'Chaka was a great leader, an impeccable Black Panther. And yet, his death left deep scars on T'Challa's soul. How can you prepare for every threat when half of those threats live inside your own head? Fear of betrayal, of endangering those you love. Shuri was young when her father died, but she felt the shift in her brother, and she learned a very different lesson. If she had challenged King Suyan, how different would Wakanda be? But Bast does not make mistakes. T'Challa is the Black Panther. He will never be alone, no matter how much he tries to guard his heart. If the unconquered realm is to have any hope of repelling this threat, the children of T'Chaka will have to work together. And I fear even that may not be enough.
I have heard the name Claw once before, more than half a century ago. The gods were restless when the Elder Claw first arrived in Wakanda. They warned me that bloodline would tear at the very fabric of our nation, starting with the Black Panther himself. But Wakanda remained unconquered. The name Claw was forgotten to history. The gods do not forget. I will not ignore their warning again. With an army of allies and advanced technology, Ulysses' Claw is different. He is a son without a father, like the young man currently sitting on our throne. Wears the panther cowl and entertains no advisors. T'Challa watched his father die, at the hands of those he trusted most. He vowed to never let it happen again. But if he does not trust his people, Wakanda will fall. Claw promised to finish what his father started. The gods predict only one of them will succeed.
Dr. Rappaccini, I read your proposal, and I must admit, I'm disappointed. You have the men. You have the tech. All you need now is me. Full-scale invasion. So, you get me the army. I'll get you the vibranium. Sincerely, Claw.
Avengers, with me!
At Crystal Dynamics, and been working on Avengers same time, the entire time of its existence, and it's been a blast. And yeah, we're responsible for all the motions you see, all the combos, all the movement, all of the bones that are moving on screen. Yes, we do all of that, and it is a lot of fun.
So, start with me, Scott. We're obviously running through a harm room here. We're using as I would call it, a jacked up Black Panther, right? He's you see it here, 141. We're out there, we're ready to go. You can jump into skills, we can see what's going on. Obviously, here we are at the end of what Black Panther is, right? All these things. For you, Scott, when you're going through and working on this, you're designing a character like that. How does that start? What happens?
So when we first get the character, we immediately go to the source material. We look at comics a bunch, like start going through those, figuring out what's iconic, what they use a lot, things that are repeated often, that really stand out and players or fans would identify with. We look at every other media as well, movies, games, cartoons, you name it, just to find out, Marvel fans are, they're fans of just the MCU. They're fans of just the comics.
Sure.
Are kids growing up that watch the cartoons, I watch the cartoons, so.
Yeah, don't put that just on kids. Right? Don't put that
about kids, no.
But yeah, people have different exposures and access to the Marvel stuff. So, there are fans from all walks, and it is a matter of.
Hey, Kev, real quick, too, for tech at home, they were saying the game's a bit loud. Can we get this down? I think since we switched units, it might be a little bit louder. So you go through, you identify all the stuff you like from comics, from cartoons, from movies, whatever it's going to be. Then what is it? Just a giant whiteboard? I can't even begin to fathom how this goes into production, AJ. Where does that go? Where does that start?
I think you nailed it. Whiteboard or sticky notes on my computer. Since we work off site, I'm a huge fan of sticky notes, but we won't get into that.
You're looking for that Post-it note sponsorship right now.
No, I think we just look at all of that material, and then we kind of look at our hero design, to Scott's point, and we kind of see where things can slot in, where things make sense, where, it's very organic in that sense, but we know that we have light attacks and heavy attacks and sprints and so on and so forth, so you do start to kind of find, channels or places where these things can live. But it is, again, a very organic process, and I think it's a lot of fun, so...
obviously, we're doing this harm room. We're doing with a leveled up Black Panther. I want to call out how much I love having the Dora Milaje pop in on the ultimate now. What is that? That's max level once you level it up all the way?
You don't have to get all the way max level to get that one. I think it's level 15 to get that. Once you get that specialization option. So if you want to get that right away, that's something that you can sort of spec into. We put some level gates on some things to try and help guide players on hey, in the first 5-10 levels you should pick up these, in the first 15 levels look at this stuff, and so that's basically where we set that up. So yeah, if you really like that one, you can, I think as soon as you hit 15 you can pick that one up.
And so then what about Black Panther, I think, is most exciting for you guys? Obviously, you're at the end of a long journey here. I'm sure the work continues on other things. When you look at it now, as you see, the final version, ready, again, pretty much final. This is a debug kit. Nobody knows what could happen to it. But when you see it in action, like, I mean, what stands out? What, like, AJ, what do you love about the character?
Oh man, that's a loaded question, Greg.
You do love the character, right? Like,
oh my god, I love Black Panther. I do, and I think it was just a privilege to bring him to life on screen. I mean, I actually wrote like a whole thing about this, but I'm just not going to read it because it's words. But it's like,
no, read it right now. Pause. We will stop.
Like
this is your launch party, sir. This is your launch party, sir. If you wrote a speech, then we need to hear it.
Pump him up, Greg.
I'll try.
Well, I need to get Deborah back in here. She'll pump anybody up.
Oh my god, I know, she got me so hype. I loved it. No, I just said it's a lot of things when you bring something so iconic to life, such as Black Panther. I mean, it's a privilege, it's an honor, it's extremely exciting, and we've heard it through the stream today. He has such a following. You know, we just want to do that justice. We want to give the fans what they want, what they deserve. And I'm one of those people, to be very clear. So that's the passion that hopefully you see Scott and myself we put into this, and the team, because we care deeply about living that power fantasy as well. But yeah, we just want to create a hero that people love. Movement, combat, that makes you not just look, but feel. And I will put huge emphasis on that word, feel like Black Panther. I think it brings out some of the best work from our team to date, Black Panther specifically. So yeah, I'm just extremely proud of him. I feel like I'm like a father right now. I didn't know how I was gonna feel when we did this, but it's like, you know, it's like he's not my kid, so that's not it. But it's like this thing you curated.
You're putting this thing you made out into the world. I get it.
Yeah, and it's just so fun to watch you experience other people's reactions, and it's just a labor of love. And yeah,
You can tell in all aspects of this expansion, you can tell that it is totally created by people who love it.
100%. Now, Scott, one of the things we're talking about that I've always thought about and not had a good answer for is you talk about how good this feels and how much you needed to nail Black Panther and so on and so forth. How hard is that to make different characters, add them into a game with an established roster, but make them feel unique? I know even myself on podcasts leading up to it, right? Like with Clint and Kate, I was like, oof, 2 Hawkeyes back to back. Are they going to feel different enough? And then we got them, and I do think they do feel different enough. I do appreciate playing them for different reasons. What do you do when you're like, all right, cool, we're going to bring in a Black Panther? And like, there was already a question, right? Like, one of the things immediately was like, does he play like Black Widow? Does he play like Cap? And it's like, as a Cap main, I'm like, no, but yes, but this, but that. Like, he feels unique. How do you find that balance and not have it all feel samey?
When we look at it, it's pretty much, you know, we have that list of what we need to have for a character. Like, they need to have specific things in order to just function sort of in our skeleton that we have for the game. But where we kind of go like, okay, well, what does the light combo do? What does it look like? I think that's where, you know, we look at the reference material. We have the animation team like really add that character on that layer. You know, like he is very acrobatic. He's very agile in his moves. There's lots of flips and lots of kicks in his attacks. Lots of strong hits. So it's a lot of that, and then just anytime we look at the function, it's how do we make it different? How do we put a spin on it that fits within the character's moveset? And oftentimes that is looking at just what the moves are and like, well, this does this, and so, you know, like the spinning claw. It's like we really wanted to have that savage sort of like claw mechanic for his combat, and so like we have that attack where he'll spiral up and do that, and he's got a lot of those. I think if you do like the sprint heavy, he's got another kind of like very agile, very, you know, multi-hit based attack that kind of sells that speed and power. So.
Also,
AJ,
just to add in, I do think.
Please.
Sorry, Greg.
No, I was going to drive it right back to you to get your opinion on that, so go for it, yeah.
I think that a big part of it is the stunt actors or the mocap actors that we hire as well. I mean, Scott and I will talk about that. We get some really talented individuals to get in the mocap suits. I forget what you refer to them as, Greg. What do you refer to them as? Ping pong? What'd you say?
Oh, the ping pong ball suits, yes.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So when they get in those suits,
one day the technology is going to evolve beyond that, and I'm not going to. It's going to be a sad day for me to lose that.
I hope they still just put ping pong balls all over them just for the laughs. But yeah, finding really high quality stunt actors who embody the character. So sometimes we reach out to people that you may know, or you don't know that you know, but you know their movements, you know, things like that. And yeah, we reach out, we get them in the studio, and then we just give them a flurry of attacks and combos and motions to do, and that drives a lot of the character that you see, the specific things, like how he walks, how he carries his shoulders, how he there's just so many little intricacies, and the mocap data provides a lot of that. If you have a good actor, then it becomes a fun game of mocap versus keyframing, which is another thing. Like you got to make stuff feel awesome, so it's a whole different battle. But that's where you get a lot of that initial foundation, I feel like, and it creates a lot of that uniqueness that you get from character to character. So.
Hey, Greg. When you get a chance, double tap R2.
Nice try. It's over.
No.
I'll start it up again though.
Yeah.
What do you need me to? What is
Oh,
it? Thank
you had
for
your-
saying stuff like that, because remember, I've never gotten to play with a main one, so I'm like, I think I'm doing well.
I heard you don't like to block, which is kind of a key thing for Black Panther.
Yeah, I like
I've
to
been telling that.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Sir, I've beaten the most challenging stuff in the game. All right, Omega threat level. Don't worry about it. All right.
No, I'm sure you got it. I just on your road to 150, you might want to block a bit. He has a lot of mechanics around blocking and parrying.
Okay.
So, but yeah, when your intrinsic meter is full, like if you double tap R2, he triggers that big kinetic AOE, and then he buffs his melee damage for a short while. And you can keep building that meter up, and so you can kind of keep looping that inside the combat, and you'll find that you deal even more damage. So.
Okay, fine. Have it your way. I'll do it your way. I'll get in there. We'll see. Okay. But what else? Yeah, I mean, when you're, obviously we're moving so fast, and if people are gonna get their hands on it tomorrow, and you're gonna have a bunch of 150s even tomorrow. What are you looking out for? I mean, when you look at the skill tree, when you think of the moveset, what stands out to you?
I think the players that are really going to get a good grasp on how Black Panther plays are the ones that really kind of keep up that buff and debuff sort of system. He, unlike a lot of our heroes, we always give our heroes some way to buff or debuff enemies, but he's really the first character that really leans into that. Okay. And so through his block mechanic, that's one of the many buffs that he has. And that he can buff himself with, and then the heroics do a bunch of other ones. And so I think seeing players really grasp that loop and pay attention to that cycle and sort of keep that rotation up is going to be interesting to see if they really dive down that far. The daggers, even the basic ranged attack,
sure.
If you throw out a couple of those, it'll actually make the enemy take more melee damage. Just those itself apply a debuff for a couple of seconds. Yeah, so you'll see them stick in, and it'll glow purple for the basic ones, and it stacks up to 3 times. There's some gear perks that increase that number, but just doing that as you're running towards the enemy is a great way to sort of set them up for combo damage.
Very interesting. Okay, these are good pro tips. What are the pro tips you got, AJ? What are your pro tips?
Probably intrinsic attacks or whatever. Scott, did I refer to those correctly? What do we actually call them? Intrinsic attacks?
We call them intrinsic attacks.
Okay. Probably those, because they're multi-hits, and I absolutely love them, and I think we pushed that with Panther more than any other hero thus far. So once you channel your ability to use the right trigger and trigger those attacks, then I think it does a lot for him, because he does them from the ground, he does them from the air. It feels very visceral. It feels very chunky in a good way, which I love.
The good kind of chunky, exactly.
The good kind of chunky.
And that was something, to your guys' credit, especially today, and when I did the press preview, right? I didn't have the right words for, I think, on the podcast, but that's actually a pretty good way of Black Panther feels good chunky. You know what I mean? He feels like he's got the muscle behind everything he's doing, and he looks it too. When
you hit people with those multi-hits, Greg, you're gonna get this cadence of and you feel it, right? That's what we talked about with things being visceral. You could make him move and twist all day and spin all day, but it doesn't mean much if it doesn't feel like anything. So that's why I'm a big fan of those. I also love the pounce stuff. I think the pounce stuff is huge. It makes him feel like Black Panther, in my opinion, and it's just a lot of fun to see him just jumping on people and wrecking them.
Okay, now you want me to double tap R2 when I get a chance?
Yeah, wait until you get...
I was going to get some guys.
Yeah.
Clear this way.
Yeah, and you'll see those intrinsic attacks when you do the ultimate heroic too. So normally that's one other way you can use your energy is to hold down R2 while you perform the attacks. But when you're in the ultimate state, you just get those for free, and they automatically get triggered.
Oh, that's true. I trigger his ultimate all the time, so that's probably why I'm just running around holding X, and I'm just slashing everything.
I like this ball, too.
Yeah, so that he gets his energy clause during the overcharge state there.
This is all they have for that Black Panther.
Okay, well, I have to relearn everything, apparently. You guys keep adding cool stuff to this game. And I don't know what I'm doing as Black Panther yet, but I will! I'm taking him to 150. AJ, are you going to help me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Everybody, you know, I don't want to, I'm not naming names here or anything, Scott, but I want you to know that AJ plays with me and you don't play with me. So just putting that out there.
I play so much on our dev builds. I don't have any, unfortunately, 150s on retail, but I'm
kidding me?
trying to set some time aside.
Okay, well, AJ, I need you to coach him through it, all right? And we'll get him in there eventually with us.
We'll get Scott there. He needs to be there. It's okay.
All right. Guys, it's time for you to sign off, believe it or not. I'm going to bring on Morgan Gray here in a second. But before you go, is there anything you want everybody to know for War for Wakanda coming out tomorrow?
Oh,
the deep sigh from AJ.
Because that's loaded, man. I mean, just
I know it is, man.
Have so much fun. We love Panther. We had so much fun creating him. Please go play with your friends, assemble, and just that's what this game is about. So just have a lot of fun, please.
Yeah.
We want to see it.
Yep. Enjoy the combat. Enjoy the exploration. I think the team did a lot of really good work, and fans will be really happy with it.
I'm thrilled. I can't wait to play more. So thank you guys so much for all your hard work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, AJ, I'll see you online this weekend.
My father came to your beautiful country when I was a child. He had heard about the mythical vibranium. But the Black Panther said they had no vibranium to give. He slit my father's throat. That panther is dead. So you will have to do. You and your people.
You finally agree to accept help, and it is from outside us. That is not like you.
I am not accepting help. I am giving it.
Then let me send teams to the corrupted sites. Take the Dora Milaje with you. Do something other than driving yourself headfirst into danger.
I am not just a king on a throne. I am the Black Panther.
Then show us you can be both.
I will.
Finish the job, boys!
They are attacking the Shirdaran Peninsula!
Care to join us, beloved?
You should embrace your spiritual side.
Got a couple toys just for you, Panther.
Here they come!
With me!
Shoot it! We need to evacuate the borderland.
Your country crumbling at my feet!
The whole place is coming down!
Avengers! With me!
Welcome to the War Table for Wakanda, a walkthrough of the new expansion starring Black Panther, coming to Marvel's Avengers tomorrow at no additional cost. War for Wakanda is an exciting new release that aims at refreshing the Marvel's Avengers experience and is the largest and most ambitious expansion since launch. We're excited to welcome Black Panther to Marvel's Avengers, and today we're going to share details with you about the story campaign, new gameplay, enemies, and more. And of course, we couldn't bring the king to Avengers without also bringing his kingdom, so we'll be unveiling some new details and footage of Wakanda as well. To ensure our War for Wakanda story does justice to such an important hero, our narrative team enlisted the help of well-known writer and Black Panther expert Evan Narcisse, author of The Rise of the Black Panther Marvel Comics. From the very first meeting the team had with Evan, they felt a special magic and are really proud of the work they've done to craft an original story and bring Black Panther to life. Together, they threw themselves into the challenge of both respecting and celebrating existing Black Panther stories and bringing the culture of Wakanda to life. Here's Evan to tell you more about himself.
Hi, everybody. It's Evan Narcisse. I'm here, of course, to talk about the War for Wakanda expansion for Marvel's Avengers. When we were working on the War for Wakanda story, the narrative team and I drew inspiration from so many different story arcs in the comics, dating back to the Black Panther storylines such as Who is the Black Panther by Reginald Hudlin and John Romita Jr., and A Nation Under Her Feet by Ta-Nehisi Coates and Brian Stelfreeze. So these stories were of course so important to how we thought about our version of the Black Panther. When we were working on the narrative for War for Wakanda, it was essential for us to tell a Wakandan story, even though it takes place in the Avengers universe. And of course, Wakanda is its own sovereign African nation. It's also the most advanced civilization on Earth. Its technological achievement is fueled by vibranium, a precious material found only in a meteor that crashed on Earth centuries ago. The kingdom is ruled by King T'Challa, the Black Panther. And in War for Wakanda, T'Challa faces a massive invasion unlike anything the country has ever faced before. T'Challa is a man who lives many roles. He's a king, he's a leader of an entire nation, and he's a brother. And this invasion will test him in all of those roles. It's going to be really difficult for him to figure out who he is and what he needs to be for Wakanda to be safe. This invasion is led by Ulysses Klaue, a rogue scientist with a dark secret and a darker grudge. Klaue's assembled an army of mercenaries, all of them equipped with deadly sonic technology and large spider-like mechs that he unleashes into the Wakandan jungle. Klaue's being bankrolled by one of the world's most sinister organizations, and he uses all that money and all those resources to plant sonic fracking towers all over Wakanda so he can extract vibranium from the soil. This is a devastating process that corrupts the vibranium and creates clusters of deadly poisonous shards that show up all over the world. This, of course, is how the Avengers get involved in the War for Wakanda. After the 8-Day disaster, Wakanda closed its borders and cut off all communication with the outside world. After the dangerous corrupted vibranium starts to appear all over the globe, the Avengers travel to Wakanda to offer their help to King T'Challa. Another important character showing up in the expansion is Okoye. She's the captain of the Dora Milaje, an elite fighting force that answers only to the king. She's also kind of the voice of truth for T'Challa, which means she tells the king stuff that everybody else is afraid to even voice. Along with Okoye, we've got Zavavari. He's a mystic who has this really tense, fraught relationship with the royal family. T'Challa's not the only member of the royal family showing up in this expansion. We also have his younger sister, Princess Shuri. She's the head of technological development in Wakanda. She doesn't agree with T'Challa's approach to dealing with Klaue, and the War for Wakanda expansion exposes the fragility of T'Challa and Shuri's relationship. It sets up a series of confrontations that will test their bond, as well as their partnership with the Avengers. Even if they all find a way to come together, it may not be enough to stop the growing threat to Wakanda and its people. The narrative team and I, we created this new original Black Panther adventure, drawing on inspiration from so many amazing existing storylines from the comics and other iterations of the character. We all know and love this character so much and want to share that love with all of you guys, and we're so excited about bringing this new adventure to Marvel's Avengers for all of you to enjoy.
Black Panther is known for his cat-like agility and lethal claws. He is an untouchable force that can pounce at any moment. The team has crafted a full arsenal of custom moves to capture his fighting style and bring him to life. Out of my sight is Black Panther's signature attack, which can be charged with intrinsic energy to perform the kinetic slash, a spiraling uppercut. From this move, Black Panther can branch in and out of the spinning strike-like combo. Pounce from the ground or the air to grab enemies and unleash a flurry of claw strikes. The intrinsic meter is super important for Black Panther. You're going to want to prioritize blocking and parrying to store kinetic energy, which can then be released in a percussive blast. Black Panther's percussive blast unleashes all your stored energy in a large kinetic burst that knocks away nearby enemies and boosts Black Panther's melee damage for a short time. Perform a parry just before an enemy attack connects to turn their attack into a blast of kinetic energy that knocks them back and staggers nearby foes. Enemies who have recently been parried are easier to interrupt with attacks. Black Panther can construct daggers made of energy and vibranium which can be thrown at enemies, near or far. His basic daggers will embed into targets, making them more vulnerable to melee damage. They're a great way to weaken an enemy before unleashing a barrage of melee attacks. The Kimoyo beads can target enemies or allies and provide either detrimental or restorative abilities to their targets. The beads can be upgraded and provide additional support or offensive capabilities such as armor against attacks, destroying incoming projectiles, shooting enemy targets, or dealing damage over time. Additional skills can be unlocked to supercharge your sprint, evade, signature, and combo finisher attacks using your intrinsic energy. There are so many ways to play Black Panther, but here are some powerful highlights. The Assault Heroic King's Mercy is a vibranium spear that can pin multiple targets and deal out large amounts of damage. The spear can be customized to explode on contact or create multiple smaller spears for rapid fire. Call upon the power of the Panther goddess Bast to summon a spectral panther to charge through your foes and empower Black Panther with the energy from the ancestral plane, boosting defensive capabilities. Unleash supercharged attacks without expending any intrinsic energy. The ultimate can be customized to revive down heroes, weaken at nearby enemies, and even summon spectral warriors to fight alongside. Black Panther himself is a fully unique hero, with the same amount of skills and gear as the rest of the Avengers. He'll have around 40 outfits and a full suite of emotes, takedowns, and nameplates for the marketplace. Releasing alongside the War for Wakanda expansion is an extensive refresh to the menu pages for Marvel's Avengers. Some of the biggest updates are related to the new unified character page. It contains everything associated with a hero in one easy-to-navigate space. Here you can manage your gear, cosmetics, emotes, and takedowns, as well as view hero and challenge card progress, so you can get back to the action more quickly. This update includes commonly requested improvements for managing a hero's loadout, including more easily comparing items, locking your favorite gear for safety, and dismantling multiple items at once. Direct access to your locker from anywhere adds an extra layer of convenience. This only scratches the surface of UI improvements our team has crafted for you in this update. As Evan mentioned earlier, we have drawn a lot of inspiration from the Black Panther comics, while striving to make a unique and respectful rendition of Wakanda and its cast of characters. War for Wakanda features a full new biome, the jungles of Wakanda, showing off both the rich and amazing history of this ancient, unconquered African country, but also the futuristic, symbiotic technology of contemporary Wakanda. At the center is the Wakandan capital, Bernanzana, where our new outpost is located. It features King T'Challa's throne room from where he rules, and the command center where all important decisions regarding the country's security takes place. Shuri's lab houses the nerve center for Wakanda's Kimoyo network. The spiritual annex is located on the lower floor, where Zavavari aids the royal family in the ways of mystical powers. The Wakanda mission design is built on the same foundation as Marvel's Avengers, but with new objectives and an extra focus on dangerous traversal, exploration, and puzzles. Almost all War for Wakanda content is multiplayer enabled, apart from the introduction mission, which is single player only. This is where Black Panther is introduced and celebrated as a new, unique hero. War for Wakanda features a full A-list cast of actors, helmed by Christopher Judge as Black Panther. Christopher is best known for playing Kratos in the latest God of War game and from the TV show Stargate. Shuri is played by Erica Luttrell, known from Dishonored, Westworld, and Apex Legends. Okoye is played by Deborah Wilson from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and Zavavari is played by Dave Fennoy, best known from the Walking Dead games. Steve Bloom is going all in as the villain Ulysses Claw. To get the Wakandan accent just right, we worked closely with Beth McGuire, the dialect coach from the Black Panther movie. Beth has had multiple coaching sessions with each of the key actors to ensure that the accents are properly delivered and has been an integral part of the voice sessions. As you may have already noticed, Wakanda will release with several new enemies. The main villain is Black Panther's nemesis from the comics, Ulysses Claw, also known simply as Claw. And we're bringing a new sonic rendition of him to life based on his iconic Marvel look. Claw's story is linked to Wakanda, and we're excited to reveal our all-new version of his origins in this expansion. Claw has brought with him a team of mercenaries. They have a variety of vibranium and sonic-powered weapons and should pose a real challenge for Black Panther and the Avengers. We're also introducing a new menace, the spider-like crawlers. They come in different variants, including smaller-sized scout crawlers and large hunter crawlers. We're excited to announce the legendary comic villain Crossbones as Claw's head lieutenant, and to debut Wakanda with 2 new villains in one expansion. Crossbones, or Brock Rumlow, is a sociopathic super mercenary who works for the highest bidder, and he's ready to lead the invasion of Wakanda. Crossbones is a formidable foe and has an impressive arsenal at his disposal, including an impenetrable shield that makes him immune to many of Black Panther's attacks. Discover Crossbones' origins and find out how the Avengers created their own enemy. Thank you for joining us for our War for Wakanda War Table. Log in tomorrow to play Black Panther and defend Wakanda alongside the Avengers. Here's one last look at how massive Marvel's Avengers has become and why now is the right time to assemble.
I still can't believe it.
Yes.
Cool. So a big deal for me, obviously, somebody who plays Avengers all the time, being able to spin the map and then go right to Africa. There it is, Wakanda. A brand new region, a brand new place to explore, and a brand new story. We will be playing this. We'll be having fun. We're going to listen to the story, though, right? I got to hear what's going on. I got to know what's happening.
Marvel logo? Oh, this might just be my first time.
I thought it might be.
Humor an old sorcerer for a moment, my king. Your father gave me that much respect, as did your father's father. Long ago, a meteor plunged into the land of Wakanda. Wakanda was not an advanced nation then. It was a group of warring tribes. The meteor brought them together because it contained the metal we now call vibranium. Vibranium made Wakanda. With it, we advanced. We repelled outside forces. We connected with our past and our Panther God. You challenged your uncle to become the Black Panther, but you were born to be king.
Saying, oh, this is going to be
Not all
spoilery.
can
Yeah,
do
we're playing the
both.
first 2 missions of the game. It's
Not
going to be
all
very
receive
spoilery.
past bleeding when they
If
do.
you don't want to know anything, you can wait till tomorrow, 8 a.m.
Made a difficult choice, closing Wakanda's borders when you thought your friend had died.
Oh, there's Jeff.
I do not begrudge you it, but this new threat is different. You have no idea how far these people will go to take what they desire.
Greg, I'm scared.
A corruption
Don't worry, we got this.
has followed in the wake of
We got the
Ulysses'
power of the
Claw,
Black Panther. We're going to be fine.
made
Okay.
of the vibranium that keeps the heart of Wakanda beating. And that corruption is spreading. Only one man now stands in its way. You.
Boom. Title screen. That's what we're talking about.
Wow, I can breathe. That was beautiful. Did you hear
Right.
that voice? Excuse
Oh, yeah.
me.
Dave Fenoy from DaveFenoy.com. Never
Stop
forget.
it. Stop it.
The LAN cable's connected there. We're done.
We clear? Clear. Let me set the next charge.
a good intro. It's a good introduction to a character. I had enough of these invaders in my lane.
Majestic.
Beloved, you let him go?
Yes, Okoye.
I could just watch him stand.
I know. Well, and that's my thing about it, right? And again, we're gonna talk over sections. So you can play it tomorrow for free and listen to it all you want. But like for me, right, as somebody who's played so much Cap, I'm a Cap main, then Widow, then Iron Man in terms of my roster.
Okay, where am I there?
Okay, all right. For the record, I play in a group of dedicated Avengers. One of them is Andrew Goldfarb. He is always Kamala Khan. All right, so don't worry. He's always wearing the frog hat, the Thor frog. You know what I mean?
So Andrew's the best in the group is what I'm getting. Got it.
I assure you he will clip that out and that will now be his ringtone. But yeah, for me, one of the things I love, because I got to play this ahead of time for the press previews, right, is just the look of T'Challa, right? Just the fact of he's built. Look at that back. That, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't look like every other Avenger. I appreciate that they've gone through that. So I'm getting right to it then. Get into it. You guys see some more of his movement. And also, obviously, I think it was Simon Carty, his preview, maybe it was Paul Tassi from Forbes, Simon from IGN, talking about how great the jungles looked. And obviously, with Crystal Dynamics' pedigree of the one, the only Tomb Raider, it makes sense that they would nail that, but they for sure do.
I was just going to say, wow, I want to go camping.
In another fun one, I don't know how much I know you caught up on it, Sandra, but people watching, the idea that they didn't reuse assets for this. Like there's new chests, there's new things to break open for resources. I appreciate that they went out of their way to make Wakanda feel different, because obviously, you know, its own country is walled off too.
He's coming! With me!
You know, immediately they show you new enemy types. Everybody calm down. All right, it's not a robot.
And these weapons.
Yeah, exactly, right. Here you go. Overcharged enemies. Certain enemies can become overcharged. When this happens, they are more resistant to damage and are able to perform special attacks that are only available while in overcharged state. Combat overcharged enemies with sonic gear and sonic infused attacks.
How many times must I teach them this lesson?
It's the Black Panther!
I do believe you're right. Good.
I'm gonna immediately start. I gotta start. Get my Black Panther out there.
Look at these color palettes, Greg.
I know,
Look
right?
at all these. Crystal, you guys are.
Spear that works so much like Thor's. You'll see me obviously use it throughout the day. When I do, you'll see that you can pin enemies to the wall. You can pin multiple enemies to the wall, to the ground. Pin them like you do with Mjolnir. For all my Thor mains out there.
All right. I think Chris Hemsworth's birthday was like 2 days ago.
What did you get him?
Nothing.
Hey, this is your shot. This is your chance.
I thought about him for a second.
That's good enough, I guess.
Yeah. You're welcome, Chris.
What's that like for you? The fact that, like, you know, when, you know, obviously MCU is so influential for pop culture now, for movies and everything else. But, like, that's brought Marvel up to such a level. And obviously for you to be part of that universe, to be Ms. Marvel, right? Granted from the video game thing, but in the multiverse, it doesn't matter. And to be so many people's first introduction to Ms. Marvel, what was that like after, you know, launching the game?
So cool. I get hit up about it a lot, and it's really touching to see people be like, oh my god, now I'm buying all the Ms. Marvel comics. Yeah, it's very cool. And of course to know that like I'm somewhat related in some way to, you know, Chris Hemsworth and also, you know, Travis Willingham. I love Thor all around. So.
Listen, it's all right to like Chris Hemsworth. It's all right to like Thor. Travis Willingham is a bridge.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about
All right,
that.
we don't have to like Travis. Travis isn't here. We, you know, it's nice that Laura continues to pity him and hang out with him.
We going deep.
Oh yeah, well, for anybody that I'm that close with, it's not going to go well for them on stream. So now, Chad, I see you popping off and liking it. Obviously, keep me posted on what you want to see. Again, like, I'm here. I can play. I can do whatever. We can jump in. We haven't looked at the new loadout screens. We haven't looked at, you know what, actually, what am I saying? Let's just jump in. Because here's one of the things. One of the other things I saw in the Twitch chat going through was You Hate Mac. And You Hate Mac said, not a single Panther skin has been a miss so far. To which I say, are you kidding me with the Panther skins? You know what I mean? Like
also in the chat, excuse me, Greg. Also in the chat, I see someone said, "I love you, Sandra." I love you too. Continue.
I'm so stoked to have the Panther helmetless skins. So these are obviously, I think, the ones that are all. I shouldn't say obviously. I can look, right. Yeah, these are the ones that are all from the challenge card. So this isn't even talking about what will come to the marketplace eventually. But you get into these skins and see. I mean, like, come on. Like, and that's what I love so much about the challenge cards, Sandra, is that there's such a great. If you like the character, and let me tell you, from playing just 2 missions of Black Panther, I'm definitely going to be going for 150 on this one. Sure. I'm going to be grinding this card. I'm going to be wanting every one of these for sure.
Look at that one.
I know, right? But then, yeah, as I was talking about before, right, if you hadn't checked out any of the stuff Crystal's been putting up on playavengers.com, obviously we've redone the entire character screen. So right here, you can get into your loadouts faster, right? You can get into your skills and see what's going on there. You got your nameplate. It's all here in one thing, including the challenge card, of course. Look at him. I thought for sure I was going to be able to show this challenge card, get a bunch of, upvotes on the subreddit. They're locking me out. I swear to God, Crystal, you sons. But anyways, yeah, normal stuff here. We'll get, obviously, as we play through, you can see more. Because remember, we're playing this first mission, then we're going to talk to some of the people who wrote the game. Then we're coming back for second mission. Then we're going to get into the harm room. We're going to talk to animation designers, developers. We're going to talk to the cast. We have so much more coming today.
Look at this outfit. It's so sleek. I like the classic.
Oh, dude, just the basic one they made. Yeah, it's so great for what it is.
Look at you flipping. Look at you.
I've never been big on the parry, and I know that so many people's builds require that. That's just never been my thing. It's like not right in the face. But it's like I'm way more about the dodge and get out of there. And I'll tell you what, the other thing for me that I find so hilarious. First off, of course, playing on stream, you always play way worse. So remember, I'm not garbage thing. Is the fact that
sure.
After playing so much of this at 150, you know what I mean, and grinding hives or going through vaults with your friends, it's so weird to come back to a character that's underpowered. And like, oh right, like I forgot what it's like to actually not have every move available for me at launch and ready to go.
Who is this like fire suit that's happening right now?
He's just one of the new guys, right? He's just one of Claw's dudes. But even then, be able to go right to the well for that and then not have it give me it's just
leave this place.
Well, leave this place. You get out.
You can see him pinned over here with the spear.
Woo. That is a VO. Listen to this person.
We can't keep this up.
We can't keep this up.
What was it like for you to record all that just in the wild VO? Like, I think when we talk about VO, you usually think about like all the scenes we see of you and Troy and everybody in ping pong ball suits getting out there doing your thing. What's it like for when they're just like, all right, cool, and now you've been punched. All right, now you've jumped off something. It's a little bit high. It's not that high.
It's so different, right, than being on the mocap stage, because you're just in the booth by yourself with the director on the other side, like behind the glass, and you've just got hundreds of these lines, and you're like, oh, what's the motivation for this?
What exactly is going on? Like, a robot just shot you, huh?
Yeah. Am I in the jungle? Where am I?
That's on me. I'm talking too much. I'm not playing right. Sorry, everybody. That's me. Put up the death goal first of the day. It's on me. Well, it's because you're distracting me. I'm just talking. And I'm getting ahead of the game, Sandra. All right, you look at the chat. You find out what they're saying.
All right. Beautiful combo. Yes, beautiful. Sandra, say a line. Embiggen!
There it is! She did it! She said the thing!
You should have brought more.
See, I got 2 stacked here.
I can't give you guys spoilers or violate my non-disclosure agreement. Hi, Sam. Hi, Andy. Hi. Yes. Oh, you love my voice. I love your voice too. Probably if I would know what your voice sounds like. But thank you. Oh, I adore you too. Oh, this is so nice. You made me look here. I'm just giggling.
Well, I have to imagine, like, you know, especially for you make the joke about non-disclosure, but for all the projects you're working on, let alone Marvel's Avengers, for whenever you recorded, you know, your Wakanda stuff. I guess you could tell me now. When did you record your Wakanda stuff?
A while ago I started. Yeah, I'd say maybe like a year, like when yeah, like from home I did.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Cool. Okay, everybody.
And then probably several months ago I did another, but in the studio.
Sure. Yeah, when things got to start getting back to normal a little bit. I can only imagine. I can't wait to talk to everybody from Crystal on the stream about like what it was like making this game in a pandemic, let alone starting the game not in a pandemic, then transition to being in a pandemic, then you're working on Wakanda in a pandemic.
Okay,
sure.
Imagine you are T'Challa, but you're not in your closet.
Really feel empowered by this, but I'm sorry it doesn't feel that way. You actually.
Right.
There we go. I love this claw to the face.
This is freaking awesome.
It's very much in the wheelhouse of the Simpsons. Stop, he's already dead.
I can bring a jet to you to get over the
There we go. Now we're starting. Send your force. I'm gonna do. Obviously, as we all know, if you're new to Avengers, you're just jumping in for the first time. It becomes a gear game where you go through, you get the new thing, you equip it. But early on, let's just get our power level up. All right, I'm just gonna use the L2, hold L2, equip the best, and let's go. But jumping into skills here. I feel like obviously I'm meleeing more than anything is when I really need to be working on it. But you can see what's going on here as we unlock obviously new combos for T'Challa, get in there, be able to, you know, really get in there hand to hand. That's where I strive, especially early on. Because again, if you're new, you're going to get it all the skill points as you play through to level 50 to unlock all of this, and you don't have to worry about it.
Somebody said, stop. He's already dead.
He told you.
Yeah.
I know how the internet works.
To the shield.
Stop hating me.
That is where those men will be headed.
Wakanda forever. Yes, Wakanda forever. Sandra is a goat. I prefer lambs, but you know, thank you.
I am sharing it with you now. Somewhat begrudgingly.
Greg, I just got an animal. I just got a pet.
What'd you get?
I got a frog.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, wasn't expecting that. That's interesting.
Know,
what led you to the frog?
A friend of mine was like, do you want my frog? I was like, sure. And I took him.
Okay. That'll do it. That'll definitely do it, yeah.
The vibranium has spread to this part of the jungle too.
How is it moving so
now this is the corrupted vibranium. There's an event going on, obviously, when this gets launched. Alongside, of course, don't forget, tomorrow when this launches, you're getting that new cap skin. Can't wait.
I love these like sounds going in and out of these headphones. Makes me feel like I'm there.
Oh, sure. 3D surround sound.
This is 2021, baby. What kind of frog? It's a tree frog. He went through several names, but now his name is Frog.
Okay, I appreciate that. Was that was the name Frog when you got him, or is that just like you're like, all right, you know, I'm like just having it. I'm trying to save your life here, bro. You're just Frog.
Yeah, I didn't want to give him my identity crisis. The previous owner did not name him, so.
Well, that seems weird. You know, how did she fall into this frog life?
Yeah, he just had like a million animals, so
okay.
I just wanted to take one off his hands.
Look at you, good Samaritan over there.
Yeah.
Now, have you thought about naming it Frog in honor of Thor?
That's a good idea. And I don't think he'll get too confused if I rename him, because it's just a couple letters off. You know what? Thank you, stream. I will rename him Frog.
Yay, everybody! We did our good deed of Avengers today.
Corruption has been destroyed, enclosement pacified. Time to open my shortcut.
I'm gonna open my shortcut.
This is a great bit.
That never gets old.
I will admit it. That was very nice.
It is not every day I earn praise from the leader of the Dora Milaje.
I appreciate how, and I know we're going to talk about this with Evan and Hannah in a second for writers, but then when we get to the voice cast too, how fleshed out and alive the universe is already for Wakanda, where it's like, you know, obviously there's a history, there's a past, there's a lineage going on here with what's been happening with T'Challa, let alone his relationship with Okoye or anything like that.
Yeah.
Start spending skill points too. I don't need that objective. I'll tell you what, after using the old menu for so long, it's very bizarre getting used to the new one.
Yeah, it is Chris Judge.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like we came out of the preview, Sandra, and I was on Kind of Funny Games Daily talking about it, and I like to think I have a good ear for voices in the industry because I know so many people, and like, you know, whenever, you know, we're talking about Dave Fennoy being in the game. Whenever Dave's in a game, I know immediately. And Dave's a great actor, but I just know the tenor and where he is. But if you would have let me play this and not told me ahead of time it was Chris Judge, I would have had no idea. Because obviously you're expecting that boy, you know what I mean? That like we're down there, we're low. And he comes up so high in the accent. I can't wait to find out how him and Deborah got to the accent.
Oh my God, Deborah. I'm a big Deborah Wilson fan.
Who isn't?
Have been for some time. Yeah, of course. I see some people popping off in the chat too. Yeah, I'm a big Mad TV gal myself.
That was my thing. I remember when she started popping up in voice acting stuff. Like, oh man, from Mad TV. And now, like, you know, you play as they talked about it in the War Table, right? You play the Star Wars game, and then she pops up, and you're like, oh my gosh, you're fantastic in this.
Legend.
Let alone how she's doing here, and we will see more of Okoye soon.
When we were watching this initially, we weren't on mic, but I was like, Greg, that's Deborah!
I have not seen this cave since I was training with my uncle. Like stepping into a memory.
Someone says, Greg, you remind me of Ryan Reynolds.
I'm sure a lot of other people are saying really horrible things about that comment, but I'll take it. Thank you very much.
No.
Looking for a way in. Explosives were not a good idea.
And so this is another big, not change, I guess, but one of the things I think that makes War for Wakanda so special and what they're doing here, right, is that as we come in here again, there's all this history to it. You know, he's talking about coming through here with his uncle. He's talking about the history of the Black Panthers. You'll see in a second when we get in there a little bit more puzzly stuff, which I really appreciate. After so many months, right, of just running through and punch, punch, punch.
Past reaping the souls of Wakanda's invaders. She protects us always.
Bobo Lesto says PS4 or PS5. We are playing on a PS5 dev kit. That does mean, of course, that this is not the final build. It's as stable as it can be, and this is from a couple weeks ago. So if anything goes wrong, don't worry about it. Traditional Avengers. It wants me to go up there. We're not going up there, Sandra. All right, we're gonna come down here. We're gonna get whatever special stuff's down here. Because it's all about the loot.
Someone's got a question for you, Greg.
Lay it on me.
So I was Kamala. What if you got to act in this game? Who would you be?
Interesting. Of course, everyone remembers me from Lego Avengers. I was Aldrich Killian in that video game. I was Aldrich Killian that. So, Crystal, if you want to put in Aldrich Killian as a villain sector, I'm just saying I will gladly keep going. But beyond that, man, that's a great question. I mean, have we announced a Spider-Man voice actor yet? You know what I mean? Like, come on. I take photos of shirtless Spider-Man all the time. I hear he's coming to this. Spider-Man's coming to this game. Why not? You know, come on. Or just put shirtless Spider-Man in this game. So again, Sandra, we come in here. Like, what do you see? You see all these buttons, right? That's interesting. We see logos like that. That's interesting. How do you think we get in there, Sandra?
I don't know. Try to blast stuff. I don't know.
No, that's not how it is. No, we're gonna use the pads here. So we gotta match up our icons, right? So hold on, we got this weird double triangle.
I love these two colors to get this like gold and the greenish. Greg could voice Throg.
I'm sure Travis Willingham will want that too. Yes, you gotta take everything from
that one. I remember.
A lot of people say I gave him the idea for Critical Role. I mean, they're wrong, but they say it.
Good. Moving on.
Tim Geddes from Kind of Funny did voice Throg. That is correct. And which one was that? Lego Marvel Superheroes 2? That's when I was Howard the Duck, and Kevin Coelho was, of course, the Tinkerer. Some say the defining Tinkerer role.
Perfect. If my uncle could see me now.
All right, so I got the triangles.
I love this little piano. Dun, dun.
I like the snap.
Like, yeah.
Who else would you want to be? Like, first off, like, when you got the role of Kamala, did you understand what a big deal it was at first?
No idea.
Yeah?
Till I showed up. I was like, wait, no, really.
I'm gonna be an Yeah, how does that work? So, actually, I mean, I'm always torn of if I should keep doing all the puzzles because I don't want to ruin the game for everybody. But you are watching the stream where we play the game. I'm gonna do it anyway. So when you auditioned to be Ms. Marvel, like, did you know you were auditioning to be Ms. Marvel? Did you know Ms. Marvel was kind of like the entire story,
No.
like the linchpin of the whole thing?
I didn't know I was auditioning for a Marvel thing at all. I didn't know I was auditioning for a video game. They don't tell you. It's secret, as you can imagine. And then I didn't know what it was until literally, like, I showed up. They're like, you're going to be playing Ms. Marvel. And then I did notice, like, there's like this list. And there's like a certain order, right, of like, okay, well, the lead's at number 1, and then da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, why am I not... They must have, like, ordered it wrong.
Yeah.
And then I knew the makeup artist really well, and she came up to me, she was like, Sandra, you're number 1 on the call sheet. You know what that means? And I was like, no, girl, they messed up. That's what that meant.
You're like, I wish that was the case, but that's impossible. Why would that happen?
Yeah.
Strange to walk this as the Black Panther. My uncle did his best to prepare me for Midnight
Marvel?
War.
Stop it.
I hope I do not let him down.
Wait, Kevin, can people hear you? Okay.
I like your
why?
commentary.
Kevin, before we went live on this kind of funny stream, Kevin's like, they're not going to be able to hear me. And then now Kevin's like laughing at me and making fun of me. I'm like, wait, can they be? No, he's just taunting me. Okay. I appreciate that. Ain't no thing. Look at that right through, just like the true Black Panther. Now this is cool. So you come in here, you know, you're thinking, oh, it's some kind of chest or whatever. It's not. It's a tram. This is how you travel around Wakanda. I point this out because I didn't understand it when it first happened. I was like, what's going on?
Think about all this.
Grimher Gaming says Greg got speed. Trying it. But it's not hard. Black Panther makes it easy, honestly.
Taking down Wakanda's shields.
Remember, if he's just joining us, this is the War for Wakanda launch party tomorrow. War for Wakanda comes for free to Marvel's Avengers. 8 a.m. we found out Pacific time. And so today we're playing the first 2 missions. We're talking in a harm room. We're talking to the developers. We're talking to the cast. We're talking to the writers. We're behind schedule, it turns out. I looked over at the clock. I was like, oh. So now I'm like, click. I'm going to start moving at a different pace. You can explore when you get your hands on it tomorrow.
What?
Having too much fun, right?
I know, right? We built the thing being like, oh, it's this long to play through. We forgot we'd be talking to you. We'd be going through looking at stuff.
Some kind of sharp metal drill.
Ooh, classic Avengers move. Kevin, even though people can't hear you, they're saying they like you a lot in the chat.
I think I clicked something wrong.
That's not good. What happened?
The chat, I think I clicked slow mo.
Oh, that's activated by the mods in the chat. Probably because so many people are watching, they want to make sure it just doesn't go so much that it's nonsense. If somebody's already modded Sandra in Twitch chat, that's a bad move. Take that away. She doesn't understand the power.
You don't.
She can't take this. She doesn't know what she's doing.
voice so much.
We'll be talking to Chris Judge in just a little bit. First, we're gonna obviously talk to Hannah and Evan, who writers of the movie.
Hannah and Evan. Oh, Abu. I love Abu. Yes. Brian George is quite the actor.
This room used to be for sparring with other prospective Black Panthers. To sit defiant in this way. Claw and his minions must be stopped.
I mean, I'm moving, Kev. We'll get through it. Don't worry.
If this vibranium
Question
had
for
been
me.
refined thousands of
Hit-
years
what
ago,
is it?
it would have mutated
What
everyone
hero
who
would I
passed.
like to meet next as Kamala? And honestly, it is T'Challa. He's just so cool, and this voice, I can't wait to hear it come together. Because, like, as you can imagine, when you're doing it by yourself, you can only imagine what the other actor sounds like, especially if you don't know who the actor is. So now I know what he sounds like, and I'm so excited to see it kind of come together.
All right, so like I said, Sandra, we're running late, right? It's on me for talking to you, having too much fun. So I'm gonna go through this, but what I want to know is a really cool thing when you go, you look at these things and you kind of get the history of what's going on. But I'm gonna cheat the puzzle and just go. So Sandra, you remember 3 snowflakes,
Okay,
pizza,
3 snowflakes, pizza.
Square with some stuff on it,
Okay.
a bug.
Bug. I'm gonna
All
forget
right, there's
all
square with some stuff on it.
I will start
Nope, it
again.
wasn't square with some stuff on it. Oh, do I have to do an order? Oh God, I forgot I have to do an order.
Oh, I forgot everything already.
No. 3 snowflakes, pizza. We'll start there.
3 snowflakes, pizza.
Pizza. Then it was square with some stuff on it. We're gonna say square with wings. That's how I'm gonna say it. Square with wings,
Wings.
the bug thing.
And the bug thing. Square with wings and the bug thing.
I mean, that looks like square with wings. Yeah. Alright, then the bug thing. There's the bug thing.
We have like 1,000 people in the chat. Y'all help him out.
No. Oh, Sandra, that's a big Twitch no-no. You'd like to think you could look at the chat and they'd help you. No. I'm looking at you, chat, aren't I? I'm looking at you, aren't I, chat? I know how you are. I know what you do. I know what you would do there. You tell us all the wrong stuff. Don't fall for that, everybody, all right?
I'm too trusting.
There you go, Wakanda. Your first real look at it.
I am through.
And Kevin, for purposes, yeah, we're coming up pretty quick here.
The Avengers. What are outsiders doing in Wakandan airspace?
Guinea in chat. Sandra is so innocent.
I'll deal with the Avengers later.
Twitch is a brave new world.
I must take
They show, you guys, you show up here, you want to hang out, you love us, and then as soon as you can, though, you will screw with us.
Yeah. Someone was like, Greg, you can trust me. I'm like, yeah.
Right.
Hey, Greg.
Been burned before.
Okoye, have the Dora Milaje and the Avengers keep close men busy. Draw their attention away from the cliffside.
There won't be a problem. But if that shield comes down, they can help you.
Stop him! He can't get to the cannon!
I have it handled, sister.
Of course, I should stop and fight all these guys for the XP, but like I said, we're making up time here, folks. There's too much going on in this stream.
I love it.
Evan and Hannah are waiting right now in the wings. They don't want to see me go through and fight all these jabronis.
Yeah.
That little flip in the air. Love
So
it.
good, right? Yarjuns, is this still the first mission? This is still the first mission. Meaty missions in War for Wakanda.
Thanks for
Guess Claw wasn't exaggerating.
Hey, Panther boy.
Hey, Panther boy, excuse me? Talking to a king, dude.
What now? Now you
Like,
face yourself. Crossbow at you. You want this to hurt more? Wait.
Andy, who's this actor? Who is this?
Well spoken.
Crossbones?
No.
Yes.
I pulled out all the stops.
Gonna give him a call. Excuse me.
Strange choice for your last words, Crossbones. Damn it! Looks like you can only shield everything at a time. Your cannon is unprotected.
Oh, Greg.
This is hilarious.
We're making moves. We're making moves.
Yes. Kick it.
That's on me. That's on me, everybody. And also, you know what? I probably have new loot here, don't I? Yo, bam. There we go.
Bam.
We gotta hit him with everything we got, Sandra. We can't be out there.
Yeah.
Lower level.
We're not messing around. This is Avengers.
As you wish. Don't look like you're getting through.
Sandra, is there anyone you like working with? Yeah, everyone is great.
Listen, we all know Troy Baker, not a cool dude. Is there any one person that was actually nice on the set?
No, yeah. I love Brian George so much, the man who plays Abu. So great. Also,
You guys had such a great relationship on screen.
Also, Usman Ali, who played MODOK, like, that guy is incredible, like, an incredible actor. Watch him on TV.
What's he on?
Beep.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Becoming a God. And Sandra, I think Anna belongs on pizza. No, I don't hate it.
You are not Wakananda.
You're gonna do this all day.
Okoye, the cannon is down.
Get him.
Looks like he lives another day, Sandra.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, next time I'm gonna kick your butt.
Bring the Avengers to the palace.
Prince Mufasa says suicide question mark?
Nah, he got
There
he
we
fought
go.
himself. Jeff, Nolan. Sit.
Everyone wants me to parry. I just don't do it ever. I just roll. Yeah, I think it's a visual glitch, like I said. Pre-release code, right? And it's also, there it goes, pop. Yeah, I think it's just that.
Good. Because he wants to see you.
I'll parry in the next section, I swear for you guys.
Uh-oh. We're in trouble.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. This is a great point. We're gonna stop here. That's mission complete, the way it began. And so as we do that, we will continue the War for Wakanda launch party here on twitch.tv/Crystal Dynamics, twitch.tv/Square Enix, Play Avengers over on YouTube. And wherever you get all of your Avengers content. Remember, of course, I'm Greg, that's Sandra, and we, for 3 hours today, are running through and doing a whole bunch of different stuff for you. We're playing 2 missions, we're playing a harm room, and we're talking to the people who make this game. So yeah, if you want to start bringing over Evan and Hannah, Kevin, that'd be great. We're bringing over writer Hannah McLeod and narrative designer Evan Narcissus. Kevin, I will rely on you to tell them when to activate their cameras and do all that stuff. But this is the next thing here as we go through to talk about War for Wakanda, of course, launching tomorrow for free if you have Play Avengers.
Okay, we got Jeff, we got Nolan.
Yeah, see, the Iron Man bug is my fault. I put him in that thing. I should have left him in the other scene. That's me. Again, pre-release content.
You made it.
King T'Challa, Princess Shuri, we didn't know AIM was following us. If we had...
Do you know why AIM has taken a sudden interest in my country?
It likely has something to do with us stealing a very powerful weapon of theirs. And destroying another one.
I see. If it is any comfort, you did not lead advanced idea mechanics to our doorstep.
We've been swatting them like flies for weeks.
So you know about the corrupted vibranium? What it can do to things. And people.
We are working on a treatment for those affected by it, and are narrowing down its source, but... How do you know about it?
Because we've seen it outside of Wakanda.
That's not good.
This means Ulysses Claw is doing more damage than we anticipated. He's the head of AIM operations here. From the information we've gathered, he's deeply entrenched in the black market vibranium trade, like his father was.
You're not concerned?
Only by his sonically based technology. It disrupts anything made of or powered by vibranium, including our shields and scanners. But AIM will not be cloaked forever. I can promise you that.
We believe that technology has something to do with the corruption.
Then we made it just in time.
Ah, to offer help.
To ask for yours. Now that we know AIM's involved, we can give you information, if you need it. But vibranium is your specialty.
Map the locations of corrupted vibranium outside of Wakanda. We need to know how far it has spread and plan a dispersal method for medical treatments.
I'm on it.
Have a look around. You can see what we are already doing to fight Claw and AIM.
And hopefully make ourselves useful.
Captain Rogers, can you meet me in my lab?
All right, so here we go.
You
First
will find
chance
it
we
to
can
your
actually
right.
explore Wakanda.
I'm on my way.
Because just look at it, Sandra. Look at the detail.
I am humbled. So royal. Run, Jeff.
Do you keep in touch with any of the Avengers? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I text with them every now and then. Michael
Shuri.
Johnston, who plays Dante, is like one
There
of
you
my
are.
best friends
You
now.
mentioned you would be willing
Okay.
to share some
I
information.
met him
Whatever you need.
on the mocap stage.
Wakanda will have access to all resistance intel.
Thank you. Now, I am surprised the corrupted vibranium has spread so far beyond our borders. We will need to contain the damage Claw has done.
You got eyes on him?
Ooh, tell him about the Kimoyo network.
Kimoyo?
This is the Kimoyo network. Well, part of it.
In cap speak, it's the internet. But better. Much better.
The Kimoyo network provides our people access to all of Wakanda's collected knowledge. We use it for communication, transportation, and a great many other things. All thanks to our Kimoyo beads.
And she won't let us have one. Citizens only.
We have been using the network to keep track of Claw's movements. He is quiet for now, but if he makes any noise, our warriors will find him.
Well, I don't doubt it.
Thank you for the data, Captain. And when you get a moment, there is someone else who wants to meet you.
Who's that?
If the honored guest could
Dave
come
Finor.
down to my chambers, I would appreciate it. Follow the smoke.
Oh, that's new?
I love that he skips like 5 steps at a time.
I mean, he's Captain America. He can do it.
Yeah.
He's not going to roll any. Oh, look who it is.
Who is it?
You.
Hey,
Oh.
is it me or were those guards
Hey.
staring for
Oh,
a comfortable
yeah.
amount of time?
You think that's weird?
Sounds like you know why.
You're the minority now. This is just how things are.
What? Really?
Yep.
Oh, man. That sucks.
It's not all bad. For every person who stares, there's like 1,000 who smile for you. Who welcome you for being different. For being you.
That's
really nice, actually.
I have my moments.
That was you, Sandra. That was you. So uplifting.
Yay.
As always. I feel like the amount of times I say good isn't a thing you are, it's a thing you do.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you every time. Thank you, and Abu.
Yeah. You're welcome. I have it in my heart.
I like the little touches of them over there. Yeah. Taking the
Yeah.
spears.
These candles. I'm a sucker for a good candle.
Can't imagine how.
Lavender all
the
the
city
time.
after you? Oh, pipe down. I have a guest. Ah, Steve Rogers, the Captain of America. I am honored we can finally meet face to face. King Azuri always spoke fondly of his encounter with the American Iceman.
The feeling's mutual.
You may call me Zawavari. I am the mystical advisor to the Wakandan royal family. May I ask you a favor, Captain?
Always.
The young king seems to trust you. Do not make him regret that decision.
I won't take our position lightly. I promise.
In return, a secret. The gods have far more to do with Wakanda's impressive technology than you might guess. As Nix, the princess's assistant, minion? I will tell him I sent you.
Your guidance is appreciated.
And may the Orisha guide you as well, Captain.
Ooh.
Look, we got Thor over here. We were told to talk to Thor. That's one note. Talk to Thor from Hannah. All right.
There he is.
Thor! Didn't expect to see you in a place like this.
Well, Midgard's sorcery has always piqued my interest. And the royal shaman is quite amusing.
He doesn't mind you going through all of his stuff.
What? Of course not. We're the best of friends already.
We are not.
Okay, I'll leave you to it.
That would be for the best.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that relationship develops.
Yeah.
We're the best of friends already. No, we're not.
It never registered to me that he was the captain of America.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah.
Zaravari, your communication bead is still functioning on your Komoyo bracelet, right? Because sending people messages inside their head is unsettling. Oh, they are here. Shh.
This is quite the workstation.
Combat research and development, all of which is now available to you as well. You may thank Princess Shuri for that.
I will. You working on anything interesting?
Take a look. Zawavari has been helping me uncover the more mystical properties of vibranium. Perhaps you'll reap the benefits, should you prove yourself a worthy ally of Wakanda.
That's a lot to live up to.
Follow our king, and all will be well.
It's nice meeting you, Nix.
Steve, we need you in the war room upstairs.
So obviously,
Captain Okoye wants to brief us. Something about malfunctioning security systems.
Get the Sonic stuff.
I'll be there ASAP.
Get it. New war table too. Look at that. Ah, Sandra, where we'll take all our missions.
Ooh.
Captain Okoye, what seems to be the problem?
King T'Challa has a request. Our scouts have reported Claw is mobilizing his forces throughout Wakanda with remarkable ease.
We believe Claw's found a blind spot in Wakanda's security systems. Okoye will investigate and will reinforce if necessary.
Claude does seem to know what he's doing.
Many have tried to conquer Wakanda, to rob us of our heritage. As you can see, they have all failed.
And so will Claw. We'll help you however we can.
Good. You have permission to use our war
Here we go.
table.
Let's get to it.
Let's put that vibranium of yours to good use, Captain.
Thank you, Okoye.
Booyah!
Yeah. You guys are gonna make me spend a lot of time in photo mode. Well, yeah, this is beautiful.
Right?
Yeah.
Totally. Especially with all the cool suits and all the new looks and all the new areas of Wakanda to go through. And I love the helmet with variant. I need that for the more traditional cap skin. Obviously, I have one I'm wearing now, but you know.
You just wanted to show off this suit.
As usual, I have no idea what you're talking about. I recognize the Avengers as allies of Wakanda.
Thank you. I hope we do you justice.
You will have to get used to keeping up with me.
That's my brother's version of a warm welcome. You will also have
Prince
to get
Mufasa
used to
says,
that.
Shuri sounds great. That's Erica
You
Luttrell. She'll be
finally
joining
agreed
us
to
soon.
accept help, and it is from
Alongside
outside
the
us.
rest of the cast.
That is not like you.
I am not accepting help. I am giving it.
Then let me send teams to the corrupted sites. Take the Dora Milaje with you when you confront AIM. Do something other than driving yourself headfirst into danger.
I am not just a king on a throne. I am the Black Panther.
Then show us you can be both.
I will.
Big words, Sandra. Big words. Let's see if you can do it. Yeah. By him, I mean me.
A lot of pressure, Greg.
Avengers, I hope you have familiarized yourselves with the palace by now.
Your people have been most welcoming. I'd like to see more of Wakanda once Claw's been dealt with.
You're such a tourist.
A tourist? In Asgard, we call that adventuring.
It's an emergency transmission.
This is Okoye. You're being pushed back. We need assistance.
You cannot handle close forces alone?
He's not just Claw. He has turned our defense systems against us.
Impossible.
We've lost her signal. If Claw has broken the Kimoyo encryption, something is very wrong.
Then I think it is about time the Avengers see what the Black Panther is truly capable of.
It would be an honor to tag along.
Move fast. I do not like the idea of Claw hacking our technology.
Of course, in the war table, they pointed out nearly all the missions would be multiplayer for War for Wakanda. They said in the thing, right, of course, that it would be like, hey, you got to do the initial one. Here's where you start playing with the Avengers. Obviously, you can start having people search them. Oh, no. Again, we've said this before. Debugs, pre-release code.
Okay.
Don't, Sandra, don't throw it in my face. I swear.
Okay.
Hop back in. Do the thing.
All right.
You know what? Mission requires mission. All right, we're gonna try it again here. It's always good when you look over at the Crystal Dynamics representative and he just shrugs. I love it. Thank you very much. Again, I mean, we were behind schedule, so it doesn't matter. Pick it up. Hold on, let me get back to the words. I love the shrug.
I wonder if we will discuss.
I love these like lines that fade in and out of your headphones. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, as you run by him.
Yeah.
Okay, try it again. Skip the cutscene once I can.
Avengers, I hope you have familiarized yourselves with...
Download failed. Mission download server boarding mission. Now, Sandra,
Greg.
Here's where lesser hosts, lesser producers would panic. You know what I mean? We're supposed to play the second mission. If something's wrong with this debug stuff on the unreleased code that's already being, prepped for blah blah blah, we don't panic.
No,
Kevin.
we're calm.
Kevin, do you read me? Can we play the second mission that I gave you, the video? Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. We planned for what if Greg dies? What if I explode? What if there's a gas leak? What if a dinosaur tears apart my house? What if Sandra has to host this by herself? We have backup video. We have contingency plans. Everything's gonna be fine. Go over there. Bananas in the chat says, yeah, do you have Black Panther's harm room? Yeah, we have Black Panther's harm room. And guess what? You were already going to get Black Panther in a harm room with the 150 character. You don't have to worry about that. We're not burning that here. We're not using that here. That's coming up later.
I love this, Greg. Someone is using your face as an emoji.
Oh, yeah, I have a lot of emojis out there. I don't know if they're very popular on the internet.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Love it.
Hold, Kevin's giving me questions. Yeah, let it play in the little window and we can just watch it. There you go. Can you scrub through to when we launch the mission?
Thank you, Karmic Justice.
Be honest. You just wanted to show off.
It only took me 14, 15 years in the industry to have a backup. You know what I mean? Because 3 years ago, I don't want to know what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Easy Allies is hosting this. They panic. They jump out the window. But us, kind of funny. We're fine. We got it.
Yeah, we're good.
Thank you.
Sandra.
I hope we do you justice.
Yes.
What is standing out to you most so far as we go and watch all this War for Wakanda stuff?
I like the voice acting a lot.
Sure, that counts.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin, are we in? Excellent. Well, it's that thing. I didn't know if people were seeing what I was seeing. So here we go. We're off to the races here as we watch pre-can down. I know Greg's not playing. You're upset about it. I understand, but don't worry. I'm sure this person's fine. Of course, you get to play this tomorrow when Marvel's Avengers launches its War for Wakanda expansion around 8 a.m. Pacific time, as we've talked about.
Here they come.
So here we go. Finally we get to see Black Panther team up with the Avengers and brawling through there, and that's what it's all about, Sandra. Teaming up.
Yeah. We're a team. I wonder when Chris Judge is coming soon. Chris Judge, Erica, Deborah, Dave. We got it.
They're all coming through to talk about their roles in the game. Don't you worry. The cast is up next. You can get a taste. Oh, there you are. That's you again. In Biggin.
My eyes are just. Hey.
That was impressive.
Thank you.
So that wasn't all right.
Yeah, I know, right? I still like the little lines of dialogue back and forth.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Giving each other How did Cause people get inside the pass?
They must have stolen Kimoyo beats. I will track the ones they used. Shut them out of the network.
This will take us near the border.
Back into that tram I was talking about. I'll tell you what. So last week, obviously, Sandra, I got to go preview this down at Crystal. Talk about it on the shows, and then obviously.
Okay.
Listen, you made your choice, all right? You decided you wanted to live in LA and you wanted to be an actress. I hope it's working out for you. I decided I wanted to live in SF and barely make rent and go play video games, all right? So I get to play things early once in a while. That's karmic justice. But when I was over there playing it, right, loved it, obviously. Came back, and then it was this weird weekend where all I wanted to do was play more and grind Black Panther, but I was like, oh, I still don't have it. So I turned it on and deal with like the old, it's still current, look for menus and stuff for Avengers, try to play other stuff, and I was like, oh, it's just not hitting the same way. So I'm very excited for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Better hurry than Orphan King.
I want to just like hang out here.
Now, it's funny you talk about hanging out here, right? This is obviously, the new kind of elevator here. One of the things I've seen get so much traction in the post-launch of Avengers, right? The life as it lives on and keeps going, are all the conversations you guys get to have in the elevators. Where especially when they, finally put out the PlayStation 5 version, load times were so much quicker that people were missing out on elevator content, right? Like you can get out of it if you don't want to, you miss it. When you guys recorded those conversations, how did that work? Is that stuff you're doing on the mocap set? Is that stuff you're doing in, like you were talking about, where you're just like, in your closet doing this? Because it sounds so organic. Is like, there was one the other day that I think I saw, or it was either Goldfarb talking about it, or it was the subreddit of like, oh man, like you're talking to Tony's like, anybody, you got any questions for me? And he's like, what's it like having Cap as a leader? I was like, such a great dunk on him. But it sounds so natural. Is that stuff that was already written? Is that all improv? What's going on with that?
Sometimes we riff and like I don't know what they keep and what they don't.
Sure.
But we do have all of that does sound like the stuff we do in the booth by ourselves.
Wow,
So we get all those lines and we're like, all right, cool, and then you do see the lines coming before and after you. And of course, keeping in mind, like, oh, Nolan's gonna be saying those lines, so like, I know him, they're gonna be snarky AF. So like, so yeah, I think knowing each other and having had worked together on the mocap stage definitely informs my behavior and my responses.
You go through dealing with more of the sonic energies.
Oh yeah, look at those big hands.
Avenger, go!
Nice teamwork too. Look at that.
Are you okay, brother?
See, this is even. Why were we gonna? They're gonna have me play this whole thing. This is an upgraded Black Panther. Look, he was throwing like shurikens there. I'm just throwing straight knives. He was throwing them with a curve. That's awesome. We're gonna see all that, obviously more coming up in the harm room, going through and seeing what the actual skill tree looks at, a bit more buffed up. But for now, hot on the trail of one Ulysses Claw.
We should destroy it. The spire is shielded when in this state.
Rico DeLeon Frosty says, Sandra, you've killed it as Kamala. Love your work.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Question over here was this gameplay recorded on a PS4 or PS5? This was recorded on a PlayStation 5 as well. Yeah, I'm not being corrected by Crystal Dynamics.
Hi, Crystal Dynamics.
MRKO in the chat says, show us the challenge card. I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We went and looked at them. Oh, wait, no, yeah. Remember, I tried to, and it was turned off. They're smart with what they're doing with the thing, so I can't show you everything. They want you to play it tomorrow, I guess. They want you to download it and be excited for something tomorrow.
Yeah, can't spoil everything for you.
I'll try though. When we get to the harm room, I'll try again to ruin it for you.
Yes, thank you, CD Debs, for all your hard work. Yes.
More of Claw's men.
Ooh, beat him up.
We're gonna do our base in the last 5 minutes, even less than that actually. At 11:45, we're gonna bring on the cast here. You'll get Christopher Judge, you'll get Deborah Wilson, you'll get Erica Luttrell, you'll get Dave Fenoy, all to come here and talk about this. Obviously, if you want to play this, if you want to see how this second mission ends, you can of course go tomorrow to your copy of Avengers and download War for Wakanda for free, of course, like all the other expansions, all the other characters. Remember, of course, if you're a lapsed fan, no judgment here, all right? Of course, I'm not lapsed. I've been here the whole time. But if you, for some reason, said, you know what, I got to go do other things. You got Clint, you got Kate, you got an Omega threat level. Even I doubt you're ready for it if you haven't been playing. Am I right, Sandra?
You're right.
They got no exotics. They don't know what they're doing over there. You get out of here. You got a villain sector with Monica. You got so much more stuff to play. But of course, War for Wakanda launching tomorrow.
Yes. Greg, do you remember what Kamala's favorite ice cream is? Someone just asked, and I'm stumped.
I mean, is that talked about? It must be an elevator conversation. I don't remember that as a plot point in the movie or the movie. Gosh,
no,
sorry,
it was definitely an elevator.
Yeah. I just remember you with that Slurpee.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Also, is it weird when I refer to Kamala Khan as you? To you?
I'm used to it. I'm used to it.
Like, I understand there's a difference, everybody. All right.
Well, Avengers.
Chris Judge is so good. That's why.
I just want to stop everything and listen to my thought.
Dragon S31 says it was talked about with Abu on A-Day. Well, what's the answer?
Yeah. I know Abu, like, just eats all the ice cream. I'm not sure about Kamala. Can I stretch my arms? Not really, I'm not as flexible.
See, as usual, I can't. Can I trust the chat? You know what I mean?
Vanilla?
All right, seems like it's mint chocolate chips is what everybody's saying.
Okay.
Don't worry, they didn't suffer.
Is that like your nightmare as an actress?
What?
Of like you're at a panel and like people are like, I have a question for you. It's something like you said like obviously 4 years ago in a recording booth. You're like, I don't remember what that is.
I'm used to it by now. I get asked so many questions that like I cannot remember the answer to. Like I don't know. No shame.
You're like, listen, I'm glad it made an impact on you.
Yeah.
Study Drop D says I can trust him or her or them because I said I don't know who I can trust in chat. But apparently I can trust Study Drop D. So I will from here on out, Study. Keep me honest. The Avengers just working these people.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you get for invading Wakanda.
Good work, everyone.
Come. Every
Okay.
second counts.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this, of course, is the second campaign mission for War for Wakanda. You get to play it tomorrow. So we don't have to worry about ruining it or showing you. You already see Black Panther's pretty dope. And if you look at him, you're like, I don't know if Black Panther's all that dope to play as. Guess what? You'll get to find out a little bit later today when we go into the harm room with a leveled up Black Panther and get to show off some of the cool combos, movesets, stuff like that. Go through and pick some stuff. But for right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Kevin to start bringing over the cast. Of course, we're going to bring over Christopher Judge. We're going to bring over Deborah Wilson. We're going to bring over Erica Lachar. We're going to bring over Dave Fenoy. We're going to have a big old conversation about what it's like to be in this game. There it is. Dave Fenoy's turning on his camera. Hello, Dave.
Hey, how you feeling? What's going on?
I'm feeling good, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
All right. Yeah, Sandra, you turn off your camera, and then Chris,
Okay.
Deborah, Erica, you feel free to join me.
those gunships. Spider-Man, draw them towards the stern.
Sure thing. I just love being the target.
Wolverine,
You go it, Boy Scout. I don't take orders from you.